Hey folks, so today we're going to be talking about Elemental. Once again, it's a bit of a late film, but I will catch up. As I said, I will have to redeem myself. But nonetheless, let's talk about Elemental. So this was the recent film from Pixar, and I thought that it was a middle of the road film. I'll just go right ahead and say that. I think it was a middle of the road film, but I think that there were a lot of really genuine moments, and I feel like there could have been a lot more potential for this film. So to start, it does start off on a really good note. It does have this sort of immigration story. These fire characters are making it into Element City, and then they have to face struggles. But they build themselves up. I feel like that's decent. That's inspiring, and I really like the fire characters. I appreciated the father, and Ember is a cool character. I know, isn't that ironic? But and then the mother is very sweet and genuine, and I really enjoyed just the overall world building of it. And and then of course you have this situation where Ember is very just she has this temper, and then finally Wade comes into her life because he gushes into this from this pipe, and he feels bad that he has to give a citation to Ember because of the broken pipe. And the broken pipe is essentially Ember's fault because of her temper, but Wade is very emotional, and but he reluctantly goes and tries to give a citation to his boss. But then that's when the beloved Ember, follows him and says, "No, this story is really important to my father, so don't, give this citation." And finally, the citation goes anyway. It gets sent, and they meet the head boss, which is Cumulus, that sort of pink, cloud with a whatever you call it, that hairdo. And then she says, if you can fix that flood, if you can fix the problem that's causing the the pipes to burst in the store, then your citation will be forgiven. Essentially, she will kind of rip it and tear it to pieces. But which of course is weird because why would that be their responsibility? But nonetheless, the story has to be made, and I feel like some parts are just kind of contrived and forced. But this is where the film really gets genuine. So you have these two characters, and they have this really genuine relationship, this really sweet, kind of romantic, or it gradually gets romantic, but it's a very genuine and sweet relationship, and they hit it off very well, and there are some really, really, really nice, fun moments that I think a lot of people will enjoy. I think that because the background, the animation really complements their relationship, and so the underlying thing is that Ember, she is thinking about Wade and this guy and how she wants to make her father happy, and yet she does not want to run that store because her father can be happy if her daughter takes over that store, but her daughter doesn't want to do that. She wants to be with Wade, and this is where the conflict happens. And I think that this is, even though it sounds cliche, I don't think that's actually the problem. The main problem of the film is exactly when I talked about the flooding. It's a very underwhelming conflict that a city would flood and a pipe would burst, and that has to be the main driver of the conflict. I think that had they introduced a villain that maybe knew the father of Ember, and had the stakes been greater, like a death, right, it would be the death of Ember's father, not just the business. That would have been a really, I think, powerful and charged, film. And I think that the genuine relationship that they had, and the romance between Ember and Wade was actually really great. It was phenomenal, and I think that Wade, and Ember, also discuss a little bit of, I guess you could say philosophy. I mean, it was a very sort of subtle kind of, kind of sporadic kind of philosophy, but nonetheless, they had this connection, and then I felt like they were really going somewhere with that, and then all of a sudden, Ember gets a job offer from, I think Wade's mother, because she has these glass making abilities. She's fire; she can melt, glass and make material out of that. But but again, then she starts getting upset at Wade because she's in conflict with herself, and I feel like that was very unnecessary. Why did she have to get upset at Wade? They could have just not been sure about that relationship, and then of course that goes to the next scene where Wade sort of comes and accidentally ruins, her Ember's chances of running that store. I mean, it's an old film, so I'm kind of getting into spoilers, but not really. But I think that he accidentally ruins her chances of running the store. Then you have the main driver of the conflict, which is the flood, and I think that was very underwhelming. Like I said, had they introduced a villain, had it been, had the villain been related to Ember's father, and had the stake been, death, something really tragic, I think so many more people would have been drawn to the film. I think they would have, and maybe in many ways, felt it a lot more. But I think that we have to give credit, because I think that with the animation and with the story and where it went, it was still good. It was still, Elemental still managed to, I think currently it's still considered like a box office bomb, but I think surprisingly it managed to, so far as of this video, make over 300 million at the box office, and I think that that's very unique. And so, not to say that it was a bad film at all. I would say that I would give it like maybe a 6.5 out of 10. I feel like it was maybe almost 7, but like I said, it was not the cliche rom-com. I think had the driver of the conflict been different, that would have, I think, made the film. I think that would have introduced stakes, and I think that things that people naturally like about the film, they would have I think enjoyed it. And so, but unfortunately we didn't get to see that. We nonetheless did get some sweet and genuine moments. We did get some cool characters, and overall it was good. I would say that I wished it well, and it looks like it managed to make more than Lightyear. Poor old Lightyear, right? He's like that only made as much as the budget for it was. But Elemental was decent. I would give it, about a 7 out of 10, maybe a little bit less than that, but nonetheless, I thought it was solid. I liked it. If anybody, is interested in sharing what they think, I'd like to hear it. I don't know if I would watch it again. Maybe I would. I think if I watched it again, I might actually like it a lot more. But nonetheless, I would like to hear what everybody thinks. And yeah, let me know what you think about Elemental. And did it live up? Is it a Pixar great film? Did it live it up to its potential? Let me know. And I'd love to hear from you. And this has been another episode of Mike's Film Reels. And I will be coming with more movies and gradually work my way up. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you guys soon.